the rules that we take advantage of today, that we take for granted today, some of us, and some of us are fighting to keep, like net neutrality, the open internet, right? That idea behind the open internet started well before 1996 or well before Mozilla. Those ideas come before Richard Stallman. They come very early on in the history of computing. And I believe that that framework, explaining to people the framework in the history and why it exists, and it exists specifically to peer into the closed boxes that before that point were not available to anybody. Computing existed long before the personal computers existed, and it existed and helped implement the apartheid in South Africa. Computing existed and helped implement Social Security, but computers existed and helped make the Holocaust more efficient. By computing, I mean tabulating machines. And so this idea that computers as centralized repositories of data, and that shifting through the data can empower small groups of people, needed to be combated against. And that is the personal computer. That is what Jack Tramiel fought for more than anybody to bring to the popular marketplace. More than Apple, more than IBM, more than Radio Shack. He was interested in delivering a computer for the masses, not the classes. And I believe that a story like that can give a framework, a popular framework, for people to understand why those issues are important. Because Jack himself was essentially a victim of this mass collection of data and the mass execution and parsing of that data to move people around within the Third Reich, to move individuals around, and not just, the goal of the Nazi Empire wasn't, specifically just to eradicate people. There was a divisive thought within the party. A lot of people, and the overwhelming majority of people within that party, for example, sought to enslave people and work them to death, right? And that took a lot of data, that took a lot of knowledge about what sort of labor you have on hand. And the Third Reich was excellent at doing that. And so he saw that firsthand, he was a victim of that, and then decades later, he's striving to deliver the personal computer to everybody so that they have the power to actually control their ultimately control their destiny, and centralized resources of power can no longer have that same ramification as long as we keep communication protocols open and free, and all those things that are important today. So this is an 80-second teaser trailer that just gets the feel of the doc, and I think the only ask that we have today is, if this is a story that's interesting to you or a project that you think could make a difference, we'd love to talk to you and see how we can collaborate and share ideas and perhaps share expertises. Okay, thank you.
Hello, I am the Commodore 64. You may not remember me, but I am the best-selling computer model of all time. I am the result of Jack Tramel's vision of the future, one where every home can afford a computer. Through the story of Jack's life, you will experience the dawn of the personal computer in an entirely new way. His unlikely rise to prominence began in a typewriter repair shop in the Bronx, several years after surviving the labor camps at Auschwitz. By the time I was born in 1982, Jack was an international businessman and an industry pioneer who was both regarded and revered. His guiding principle, computers for the masses, not the classes, propelled the nascent technology from being a tool for the elite to becoming something for everyone. More than a gateway to the past, his story is a lesson for the future.
Thank you. something else.